Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca, and today I'm here on a conference call with some of my colleagues, and we are all certified energy clearing professionals trained by Hay House author Jean Hainer. And today I invited my colleagues here just to talk about some of their experiences with energy clearing, and to let you guys know what energy clearing might be useful for, or how it might be able to help you or someone in your life. So I'm going to start by asking my colleagues here to introduce themselves and where they're from. And I'll start with myself because I'm also one of the certified practitioners. So again, my name is Rebecca and I'm from Los Angeles, California. Hi, Misa, are you there?
I'm here. Hello, everyone. My name is Misa Bowman, and I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm currently in Seattle, Washington. Thank you.
Great. Awesome. And Manda. Hi, Manda.
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name's Manda Stack, and I live in southeastern Wisconsin.
Thanks, Manda. And last but not least, Cheri. Hi, Cheri.
Hi, Becca. I'm Cheri Dannels. I'm in New York City and have been here for about 18 years.
Awesome. All right. So now I want to talk a little bit about our experiences with clearing, and I'll go first by saying that what an energy clearing is good for is that oftentimes being an empath, when we interact with other people or go to certain places, we tend to absorb the energies there, and then we tend to get stressed out or feel affected by stressful energies. So that tends to put us off of balance and create problems as a result. Like sometimes we don't feel good, sometimes we feel sick even, and sometimes we just get anxiety that kind of comes out of nowhere and doesn't seem to go away very quickly. So what energy clearing does is it actually instantly releases that stress energy that we're holding on to or being affected by. And as a result of that, you're able to come back into balance more quickly. Now, I often also recommend having regular clearings for somebody who is an empath or is very sensitive to energy, because I found that this helps us to stay grounded and more able to deal with stressful times or stressful situations or even stressful people in our environment. So that's my take on energy clearing. Now I want to ask some of the others here. So Misa, hi Misa.
Hey there.
Hi. So I want to ask you, in your experience, what do you think is like the best or most unique thing about energy clearing?
Well, one of the interesting things I find working with clients is how their patterns come into play. I recently had a client who came in because he was having issues with his managers at work. And this is a problem that he's had all of his adult working time history. So when we started clearing around this, we discovered that there is something deeper, and it went back to his childhood where he felt like his father was always trying to boss him around and be the authority figure, and where that my client, he didn't feel like he had any freedom to be who he truly was or is in the world. So through clearing in these layers, as we get deeper, we come to the deeper or maybe the root of what the situation may be. So clearing is amazingly powerful, and the deeper you get, the deeper you'll discover about yourself.
Thanks, Misa. I agree with you that clearing is powerful, and that clearing tends to uncover deeper things that from experiences that we've had like a long time ago even that are still affecting us. So it's really cool that the practitioners can pick up on those kinds of things even without the client telling us about that history, right? So
they don't have to give us any info, but somehow through the clearing it ends up coming to the surface.
Thank you so much, Misa. And next, I'd like to invite Manda to speak. So hi, Manda. Hi, Manda.
Hello.
Hi. So Manda, I know you're a business owner and also entrepreneur. So I'd love to ask you, like in your experience, how has energy clearing helped you in business and work life? How can it help others?
I've seen firsthand how energy clearing releases unconscious limits that can keep a person's business from thriving. Having an energy clearing, I like to think of it as like clearing the cache of a computer. If you've ever had a computer that gets bogged down and slow and you clear the history out, it kind of gives it a fresh life and new efficiency. That's how I see clearing working. And if any of you listening are business owners, maybe you have some dreams and visions for where you want to take your business, but you just can't quite get there or don't know how to do it. And the way that I've seen clearing work in my clients who are business owners in their lives is that it helps them clear out internal blocks, kind of like what about things even from the childhood that we may not be conscious of. So a business owner who receives energy clearings often finds that their work becomes easier and lighter and more enjoyable, which of course can translate into better business, better revenue, happier employees. And I witnessed a beautiful example of this recently when I worked with an entrepreneur who had this vision for over a year of this passionate area of business that he wanted to move into. And he had all the skills and knowledge where he easily could have done it, but self-doubt was holding him back. And so I did clearing for him. And what happened, we never know what the outcome of is going to be of a clearing, but I thought this was really significant. And I see this type of thing often when I work with people in clearing. For him, what happened was the very next morning after this particular clearing, he received an invitation to be a guest on a podcast, a really well-known podcast in the very niche of business that he was looking to break into. So I thought that was just a wonderful way, an example of how new opportunities can show up kind of out of the blue after energy clearing.
Yes, thank you so much, Manda. And I myself have experienced that so many times where I do a clearing for a client, and like the next day or even within the next hour or so, something just out of the blue amazing happens. Sometimes it's like a call from somebody that they didn't expect, or an opportunity that comes their way, or even sometimes some money that just like appears out of nowhere. So it's clearing is really powerful in that way. So thank you, Amanda. And now I'd like to invite Cheri. Hi, Cheri.
Hi.
Hi. So Cheri, sometimes somebody wants to work with a clearing practitioner, but they don't necessarily live in the same city or town or area. So do you think that having a session remotely, either by phone or Skype or Zoom video basically, is a good option for them?
It's a great option. One of the things that's so beautiful about an aspect of energy is that it's not limited by time or space. I tend to understand this most simply and clearly when I think about the number of times my mom has called me within the hour after I've thought about her, or even more significantly, after I've made a life decision. I'll hear from her that day. And sometimes she doesn't even know why she called out of the blue. But she's just that connected to me as her child. Also, I have some empathic patterns in my nature, and when I walk past buildings in New York City, some of them are over 100 years old, others are brand spanking new, and I can really feel the layers of energy built up in those 100-plus-year-old buildings, and those modern buildings feel really sparkly clean. And that's because energy can stay with a place as well as a person over time. So all that means is clearing can be done remotely very effectively. Doesn't matter if you can meet in person or not, or even have the practitioner visit your space. The benefits of clearing will still be available to you and can be done by video or telephone. And one personal example of this is I had a practitioner do a space clearing on my apartment, and the following week I discovered that I had a tooth infection that had been around a while, but I just didn't know about it. And I'm so grateful for the clearing, bringing this to the surface and allowing me to take care of my health in a way that I had not previously understood. So really lot of benefits to and the powerfulness of clearing remotely.
Yes. Thanks, Cheri, for sharing that. And it's true, I know a lot of us practitioners actually work a lot with people from other cities or states or even countries. So remote clearings can be just as powerful. Actually, they are just as powerful as working with a practitioner in person. So thank you guys, practitioners, for joining me today and sharing
Thank
some of your
you.
stories. And thank you, viewers, for watching. And we hope to have some more videos for you guys soon. So stay tuned. And if you would like to contact any one of us certified practitioners, I have a link for you in the description box. So please go ahead and click on it and you'll find all the certified practitioners listed along with our contact info. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.